Hi everybody, how's it going? Happy Wednesday night. Happy new week, new Facebook Live. I will go ahead and share this video just so that everybody sees that. We are eating snow ice cream. It's very exciting. So for those of you that don't know, I'm in Austin, Texas, and it doesn't snow in Austin. And it doesn't snow enough to accumulate enough snow for snow ice cream. But we got some. So I've never made snow ice cream before. And it was really easy. So you just take the fresh snow and you add a little bit of vanilla and some sweetened condensed milk and mix until it becomes delicious. So, hi Kathleen, hi Melissa. Snow ice cream does melt quickly though. This much I have seen. So, I'm gonna make sure I did save it on Sunday, Lynn. We were out there playing in the snow and there was so much. I was like, oh, we can make snow ice cream. And Jonathan looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, grab a bowl. So we saved a bowl of it, but definitely not enough. Like we should have saved a salad bowl worth, not the tiny bit we did. But it was really fun. It was really easy to make. And I didn't have sweetened condensed milk, so I just stuck the snow in the freezer and then just took it out and it defrosted. So yes, happy hump day, Kathleen. So happy. All right. I'm pulling us up over here so that I can easily see everything. And I have a really fun class to show you. So maybe the internet will work. Oh, here we go. Okay, good. And oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna flip you guys around. Here we go. All right, so this is actually a class that I'm doing for my team, but I'm also offering it to my customers. So I'm gonna kind of get myself in angle. I want to make sure I've got the hostess code there and I know kind of where my boundaries are. Okay, good. So this is actually a really fun class that my team is getting for this month. This is our monthly meeting packet. So surprise, ta-da, here you go. But I'm also giving it to anybody who joins my team. So if you join my team this month, then you'll get this free class, which is fun. If you place a order on this hostess code by next week Wednesday, then you'll get this class as well. So you have until next week Wednesday to place an order with this hostess code. That's JFTM4UED. I know that one's a weird one. It's a U. Now this does focus on the Punch Party stamp set, but I don't think you have to have this stamp set in order to make this class. This is a stamp set that's available if you are hostessing a class and you have a $300, like you get to $300. So if this hostess code reaches $300, then I will earn another one of these and I will give it away I'll put everybody in a drawing who has ordered on this hostess code and I'll give the stamp set away. It's a really fabulous stamp set. If you're looking for one, if you like punches and you like kind of, all occasion sentiments, this has birthday and bravo and thanks and feel better and I'm sorry and a baby one because I always need baby cards. Sending you smiles for every moment. You make my heart happy. You've seen me use this one. This is the one I used on the butterfly card a couple weeks ago. And what's nice is this coordinates with the postage stamp, the postage punch, our oval punch, and our layering heart punches. The sentiments are bigger than they are here. I think these are 90%. So I'll kind of show you. I think they're much bigger than they are on the, here, kind of put it on that side, helps to see. So they're definitely bigger than they look, which is great. And they're really easy to use. So I'm going to show you tonight a little bit about the sentiments. I'm also going to show you, because this is called a try it class, because it gives you a little bit of each of the designer series paper from Sale-a-bration. There are 4 packs of designer Wednesday, next week Wednesday, for this class. Thanks, Lynn. So there are 4 packs of designer series paper. So this is, yep, Blooms something. I'm going to get out my catalog because my memory is not very good, but I don't need to remember. I can just look it up. Paper Blooms, good. I did good. So Paper Blooms is 1 paper. This is the Ombré paper, and this comes in 4 colors. The Ombré, it has Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, and Rococo Rose. This is the Flower and Field designer series paper. So it has a lot of black, and then it's got the flip side is like fun patterns, which I really like. And then this is the berry paper, which I'm sure has some name other than berry paper, but I'll look it up. Berry Delightful. Berry Delightful. So we're going to use this stamp set and these papers. I'm going to show you how to make these cards. So it's going to be a full night tonight, so I hope you're ready. And if you're not, come back, and I'm hoping that I get to post this to YouTube. Last week, my phone ran out of battery, which means that I couldn't post it on YouTube. Because if you don't post it in the moment, it goes away, which is really sad. All right, so let me get out all my little supplies for this. And, all right. So let's make the little box first. So this is the Curvy Keepsake box, and this is another one of the papers in the Berry Delightful. This is kind of a raspberry look. I thought it was really cute. So it's already scored and cut for you. The key to this box, so you've got a couple little score lines here. The key to this box is you bring these 2 together and you kind of push down. And by pushing down, it allows you to catch one of these. So maybe if they're together, yeah. So kind of push down, and then you can come in and you can catch the other. And then there's like a groove over on this other side that they kind of hook down on. There. So now we've got our little raspberry. And then I actually punched 2 small daisies from the Little Daisy Punch and put them together with a glue dot. So just 1 glue dot. And then, oh yeah, but I remember. But before I did that, I kind of shoved it into the hole. This will make it harder for your recipient to take this apart, but you know. Looks are everything. I wanted it really like smack dab on top. So, and then this, I just need 2 to go. Well, maybe 3. I can probably get it. There. Nice. And then we'll kind of fluff it up a little bit so it looks like the top of a berry, right? And this is one of our punches as well, whose name I cannot remember, but it will come back to me. And I stamped this one in real red because it made sense with that. I'm thinking this is like Blackberry Bliss or something, so we probably need to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. Or which raspberry would work too. Oh no, my ice cream. Hold on. Just like one last bite. I'm sure you Northerners are quite familiar with snow ice cream. But this is definitely a special treat for us. So I feel like the little berry box is great for thank you. Could be a great little teacher gift or, you know, something like that. So I did a heartfelt thanks for everything as the sentiment. Boop, boop, boop. All right. And I really like the fonts in this stamp set. So, you know, what are some other ways that you can earn the stamp set? You could. Oh, and this is the twine from the Playful Pets set. Don't overlook this. So it's a 2-pack ribbon combo. It has the black and white twine that's actually really substantial, and it's easy to tie bows with. It doesn't twist and twirl like the other twines, which I really like. And then the other ribbon in this pack is a red and white. I'll show you. It's a really cute ribbon. It's like a red with white striping, and it also makes really cute bows. So, you know, sometimes we overlook a ribbon pack because it quote unquote goes with something else. But in this case, I would highly encourage you to get this. I think black and white is a classic combo. I think it's a beautiful twine. It ties beautiful bows. It has a bit of a waxy coating. So it just ties a perfect bow, and it never gets, like, sometimes twine gets all kerfluffled. So Label Me Fancy. Do you think that's the name of the label? Hold on. I think it's Timeless Label. Let's see. I think Label Me Fancy has like a flourish on the end. We must look it up. But I do like this shape. Oh, you're right. It is Label Me Fancy. Dang, Lynn. Okay, you win. Awards to you. Yeah, the cool part about Label Me Fancy is that it has a hole punch as well as a slot punch. So the slot's really nice for like putting wider ribbons and stuff through. It's actually a really versatile punch. Huh. Well, look at you, Lynn. Do you have that punch, Lynn? I don't know if I would remember that. I should label my punches, but I don't. Okay, so we made our little berry box, which I think is really cute. Easy peasy. Excellent. Now, the next thing we're going to make is this little ombre card. So the ombre card is fun because the paper is gorgeous, whether you choose to do, you know, one side or the other. And you're going to take your piece and you're going to kind of decide where you want your, you know, your center point to be. So maybe I want my center point like here, just because I want to include the light gradations and the dark. And then I'm going to get some big scissors. And I could probably trim like a piece of this off. This is a little, you do want a little excess, but this might be a bit much. Like you want about 1/2 inch on all the sides. So let's do it. We can save that for something, I'm sure. It's a pretty Bermuda Bay color. We could put it on the envelope. We could put it on the outside. Who knows? All right. So the easiest, there's a lot of different ways to do these. You do have that punch, huh? I found that this is the easiest, is to pick a point and cut. And cut. And I would say cutting it into like 8 to 10 pieces is probably, you know, like your goal. Now I find that as I cut them, I have to put them down on my piece of paper in order, or else I cannot remember where they came from. And I know that seems ridiculous, but that seems too angled. I don't know what it is, but I can't. And the nice thing is the point doesn't have to be really perfect because you're going to cover it with that little label sentiment. So no big deal. So this is just making like a starburst pattern, but see how I get lost here sometimes? All right. Get skinny, and then I'm going to do, nice. Okay, excellent. So we've got our starburst pattern. And so then we're going to work on, you know, putting it on the sheet, which is nice. I can just like slide it over. And I'm going to try to find the spacing that works. Okay, nice. I think we got a pretty good spacing on that. And again, the point doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cover it up, which is great. That makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to get our tape runner, which I look to be running low. That'll be fun. All right, maybe I'll use some Tombow. Go on the wild side. All right, I'm going to start with this guy. So what I've learned is to just put a little bit of glue. I'm going to get my silicone craft mat down as well. All right, now that I've got that laid out just perfect, let's see. Oh yeah, just like that. Whoa, that was pretty impressive. All right. So I'm just putting my silicone craft mat down so that I don't like glue, because I'm using wet glue. And I tend to go over the edge. So that was an impressive move. Well, now I just got wet glue everywhere else. So there you go. So what I've learned is, instead of going all the way around, go every other. So pick one piece, glue one piece down, then do the one on the right and then the one on the left. Then come back, glue the one on the right and the one on the left. For me, it helps when I went around in a circle and started gluing in, like, you know, unidirectionally, then I ended up with like a really off piece that didn't work on one of them, so I had to check it, because this is like, once it's glued, right? So all right, but this is a cool, fun technique and easy way to use up some paper. You can mix it up, so you could do this where you've got lots of different, you know, colors and pieces, or you could have it, you know, using just one piece. I think with the ombre it looks pretty cool. So hopefully, see what happens when I get confused by the directions of my triangles. Nice. All right. This one's glued down. Yeah, I'll do this one. So I try to, yeah, that ombre paper, it's pretty. I saw Terry, she's not here tonight, but I saw Terry made a really beautiful card where she stamped like a, the hot air balloon on here. Oh, and see, look, see how like my pieces are a little off this time? That's okay, I'll make it work. She stamped the hot air balloon on this blue piece, and it looked like a sky. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous on this ombre piece of paper. I was so impressed with it. So yeah, that looks marginally okay. All right, while that's drying, I'm going to set that over here somewhere, and we will stamp the sentiment, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. Now, I know that this could fit into, it could probably fit into the square. I could probably have punched it with a postage stamp, but I actually liked it a lot better on this punch, whose name I also don't remember. I'm not very good at remembering these punch names. I really should. Lynn, come over with a label maker and help me. What's this label called? Oh, Story Label Punch. All right, so we're going to stamp this. And Blackberry Bliss, Rich Razzleberry, something like that. Oh, except I'm in Bermuda Bay. Ha ha. Never mind. Bermuda Bay. I really love Bermuda Bay. It is one of my favorite colors, by the way. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I really dig it. All right, let's see if we got good coverage. It feels like I didn't, but maybe I did. 1, 2, 3. All right, you remember to hold it down, right? 1, 2, 3 with your photopolymers. Lift it up, and you get a perfect image. On a photopolymer stamp, your ink needs a second to kind of fall off the photopolymer and onto your page. So just remember that when you're stamping and working with photopolymer. Now you might have noticed on mine that I've got these cool gold dots, and you might wonder, how did she do that? Well, what I did was I got a glue dot, And not one of these. I'm going to use one of these paper ones. I'm going to use one of the ones that kind of like comes in the paper pumpkins because I can like peel the paper off of it. And so I'm going to put one at the top. These are big ones. And I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. Hopefully I lined those up pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad. All right. And then we're going to get our gold leaf out. So I actually have gloves for the gold leaf because I don't want to get it all over myself. Now this container comes full of gold leaf. I have actually dumped it into a very large container. I'm going to put this piece here because I wanted to have more room to spread it out. But we can just rub a little bit of that on there. And ta-da! Now we have a really pretty gold on there. Cool, huh? All right, so I'm going to wipe that off on there. Yeah. So gold leaf is not something you want to be like inhaling or, you know, messing around with. So just, you know, be careful. It's not great for the waterways and stuff too. So don't just decide to dump it down the drain. But, you know, just something to consider. And then I probably will kind of scoop mine and see if I can't get it back in the container. All right, there we go. Excellent. All right. So just so you know, this entire container is actually in here now. I put it in a giant container. But see all that gold leaf? Isn't that crazy? Look at all that. It's nuts. So anyway. All right. I might have just made a really big mess. Okay. We're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. Everybody wants gold leaf on their projects, right? Lord. Okay. We're just moving on. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our piece here and hopefully it's dry. And we're going to take our scissors. Take some junky scissors. A large package of gold leaf. Sealant, the minute you donate it, then you want it back. I actually had that thought about the brusho, the watercolor crystals and stuff and the pigment sprinkles we had, and I ended up pulling them out of that bag to go to Austin Creative Reuse because I was like, you know, the minute I donate this, I'm going to want it back. So I kept it. I don't keep a ton of stuff, but I decided to keep that. All right, so we're just cutting off the edges, turning it over so we can see, and then we're going to just trim it off. Use scissors that you don't care about. Don't use your nice snips or ribbon scissors or anything, obviously, because it's all gluey and gross. So, all right. Gluey and gross. That is an official word. I don't think gluey is a word. All right. So, here we go. We've got our very nice ombre piece. We've got a card base here, hopefully, maybe. We have something that could be a card base soon if I score it right. All right. And I had not pre-scored that. All right, and then we could pop this up on dimensionals, and I think I'm going to just to give it a little bit of added lift. 2, 3, great. Just for an extra oomph, right? And do I want it down at the bottom? Ooh, I kind of like it at the bottom. All right, let's do it at the bottom. And then we'll put a couple of dimensionals on the bottom of this. So basically the gilding, the gilded leafing, whatever it's called, it will stick to anything that's sticky. So you could put like some tear and tape down, and you could literally like gild this, right? Any piece of tear and tape. You can put the gilding, you can use, we have heat and stick powder. We used to have it before, it's back. You can do some heat and stick powder with Versamark and it'll stick to that. You could do this on 3D projects, you could use a little bit of like Tombow multi-purpose glue and use a sponge and kind of like put it on really lightly. Yeah, this is really pretty. I like this card a lot. Okay, so card number 2 is this one, and this one's actually really easy. So we've got our card base that's just scored in half, and then we've scored at 1 1/4. Yep, 1 1/4. And we're just going to fold that back, and I'll use my bone folder for that just to give it an extra zhuzh. There we go. And then I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue behind here because I actually want this flap permanently down. Now you don't have to glue it. You could leave it open so it pops up. It's kind of whatever you want. And then we're going to add the beautiful, not paper balloons, but the other one, whose name escapes me, but it will come back. So we're going to add this. I'm going to add one piece on here. I like having the darker piece towards this. And then the pretty flowers on this piece. This paper has a lot of utility. I actually used it on a really cute Valentine's for the Senior Center. I'll post that probably on Friday so you can see that, but I thought it was really cute. This paper has a lot of fun tones and colors in it. All right, and then we're going to stamp. Wow, I really made a mess. Okay. Just gotta roll with it. All right. You guys know how I feel about glitter. Gold leafing might be up there in the department of glitter. All right. So here we go. So I've got my heart is wherever you are, and I've also got a little baby heart. So I'm going to stamp this in just jade because I thought that maybe I felt like pretty peacock and shaded spruce, like those were all going to be too dark, and I didn't really want it to be that dark. So I'm going to stamp this in just jade, which is a nice compliment. Flower and field. Thank you. It's a nice complementary color. So I'll just stamp that. 1, 2, 3. Pop. Beautiful. And then Flirty Flamingo is the fun extra color in this, the pink in here. So we're going to grab our Flirty Flamingo and we're going to stamp our little heart right in the middle. 1, 2. Let's make sure we get good color all around. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Excellent. Looks like it has even more pop than it did before. That's fun. All right, so we'll get a couple dimensionals on the back of that guy. And then you could add whatever little doodad you want on here. I'm going to leave that open and up to you. So if you wanted to put, like I've got a couple of these like bumblebee ones, like maybe I would do that, or maybe, I'll stick with a gold gilded. I don't even know if it, 100% needs it. I think it's a really cute, sweet card. And then I'll also, when I cut these and ship them to you, I don't know if I included a white piece here, but this white piece is, I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3 by 5 1/4, and so that just fits perfect in there. So my apologies to those of you who I sent that to. Yeah, so well, perfect stamping. Nice. Thank you for the compliment, Kathleen. It's a little off here. I will say with that heart, it's really important to make sure that you you know, anytime you're filling in a space, make sure that you've pressed like left and right and up and down. I don't like rock my stamps a ton, but especially with photopolymer, you want to make sure that you've made full and even, you know, contact. Yeah, or else you will get kind of an off image. Okay, so the last one is probably the most complicated, but it's not that hard. So what we're going to do is, we've got a piece of Night of Navy. We're going to get our silicone craft mat back in here. And we're going to, with the tailored tag punch, punched 5,000 of, it felt like it. I don't know how many it really was, but it was a lot of these pieces of the designer series paper. Now realize they each have two sides, right? So what you can do is you just need to make sure that you arrange them, you know, in the way that you want. So you say, okay, you know, here's kind of the pattern I want. You know, making sure that you alternate, like, so you don't have a ton of like the dark blue stuff together. It's probably nice to have one full piece here. So maybe you have one full piece here, and maybe you have another here, you know, have a pop of green, maybe have a little bit of the pink. I really like that. Yeah, I like that. You know, there might be pieces of flowers. Like I love this ginkgo leaf, and I was hoping I could get a piece that had it. I'm not sure I'll be able to, but let's see. Maybe here. Yeah. Maybe we'll do another green there. And I don't have any of the stripes, so I'll definitely do a stripe. And I like those guys. I think they're cute. And I like that. I'll do that there. That there. Yeah, I'll do that. Little baby piece there. Okay. So that looks good. So thanks, Kathleen. This is one of those things you're like, I'm going to design a really great card. And then, you know, 5 hours later, you're punching out paper going, oh my, what was I thinking? So all we're going to do is just put down a little bit of glue on each of these pieces. You know, again, they're not going to battle, so you don't have to have like, you know, 5 pounds of glue on them. And then you just want to leave a little border. And I would kind of work, you know, east and west. So, you know, try to, you know, get an even border here. Like I did these two, I'm going to do the one above it. And then, you know, I'll work on this. It's a relatively large piece. So I'll glue that down. And then the same kind of pattern, right, where you're then going to just trim the edges just like we did on the first one. And then you're going to pop it up with dimensionals. And I'm going to move this out because I don't really think you need to watch me glue 1,000 pieces. I'll come back to you, my friend, I promise. But then we've got our piece of white. And there's a really pretty little border on here. So we're going to take the border. There might be gold leafing inside this stamp set for many years to come. Oh dear. Okay. All right, that's a mess. We're going to get ourselves a block. So with these larger photopolymer shapes, especially these, you know how they could get warped. So I like to set them down first and then put the clear block on top. And then we're going to grab the baby sentiment because it's so cute. And because there's blue and pink in here, like if I put this on a blue base, you know, I think it would be perfect for a little boy or a little girl. It's got green. I mean, I think this is like the perfect baby paper. Super excited about it. All right, so we did petal pink for the outside. So we'll do petal pink. That's one of the coordinating colors. And it's a really delicate little pattern. Like it's a very sweet little filigree. And then the Oh Baby we did in Light of Navy, which is one of the other coordinating colors. I thought about doing it in the Soft Sky, or Seaside Spray or whatever, this really soft blue, but I don't think it would show up. I think you really got to have probably a stronger color. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And my punch. So there's 2 punches, right? There's the heart punch, and then there's the heart. Yeah, words, guys. The words are failing. Oh, let me find the other heart punch. Here it is. So there's one heart punch that has the scallops, and then there's the other kind of the inside one that doesn't. So you could do whatever you want. If you don't want to do the scallop kind of filigree piece, you can skip that. Gotten the chance to play with a new basic white. So I have gotten the chance to play with a basic white, and because I was actually asked to test something else, but they sent me basic white to test it on. So I think that's a great idea, actually, Kathleen. Let's do that. If you're like, I didn't even know what my idea was. So here's a piece of basic white. And so we're going to stamp the exact same thing in basic white as we just did on Whisper White, because I do still have some of the Whisper White, which is a blessing, thank goodness. All right, so we're going to stamp that, and then we're going to compare the two. And we're going to stamp the sentiment. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, up. And maybe I can close my ink pad, maybe not. Oh, I might have done that too low. No, it's just, okay, good. And then you're just going to aim it up so that there's a little bit of that filigree, you know, all around the edges. All right, so let's take a look. So this is basic white. This is Whisper White. Honestly, can you tell the difference? Not really. Even if I get my kind of more powerful light in here, right? I've got this ring light. It's very, very hard to tell the difference between the two. They both take ink beautifully. They both have, you know, I think that the basic white is even a little bit sturdier. Like, see how this gives and this doesn't give as much. Same pressure, right? I think it's a little bit sturdier. I think it's definitely not heavy. But I think you could probably, you know, you could make a card base out of this. I think it would be better than our old Whisper White for sure. So, yeah, good question, Kathleen. Basic white, it is here. For those of you who haven't heard, we had to move to a new manufacturer of our paper, of our white paper, because our old paper mill closed because of COVID. They had, I guess they were losing money, and so they had to close for economic reasons, and that's really sad. You know, we've all come to know and love Whisper White, but yeah. So the Try It class, here we go. So my team is getting this class. We have our team meeting on Monday, and anybody who joins the team, if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up, interested in getting the discount and being on a really fun team of demonstrators, getting, you know, the first scoop on all the new products, we'd love to have you. But if you join, great. And if you don't, if you use this hostess code between now and next Wednesday, JFTM4UED, you will get this class sent to you in the mail. I can't stamp any images. It's against the rules. But I'm sure that you will have some stamps that will work. And I'll go ahead and pre-punch, you know, all the pieces. I won't cut the ombre for you though, because I want you to do the cutting on that one. So yay, I am so glad that you all joined me. Thank you so much for coming week in and week out. And stay tuned because I've got more fun design and fun things planned. The cactus class is coming. That has been shifted to next weekend to give everybody a little more time to purchase the cactus medley. If you're interested, the cactus product medley is really awesome. I've already made a ton of beautiful things for the class, including this very pretty sampler that I'm really excited to hang in my house. And so if that's something you're interested in, let me know. If not, I have Super Bowl Saturday. We're doing a whole craft day that day. I've got 3 classes. You buy 2 and you get the 3rd class for free, which is really fun and exciting. So let me know if you've got questions. And then I also have my regular monthly card class next week, Sunday. And that is using the Snailed It snail bundle, which I'm really excited about. So if you've got questions on any of those, let me know. I'm really excited to play with all the new stuff. The new paper is really beautiful, and hopefully you see lots of possibilities and ways that you can use it. So thanks so much, y'all. I appreciate it. See you later.